right there, big cats coming in from the sign of Leo. Welcome, Leo. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you, and I really want to wish you all the best in prosperity, abundance, love, and bliss in it. And the list goes on and on, but we'll cut it off with that. Let's get into some tarot for the month of March for the sign of Leo. That's what we want to do. We got cards out, cameras here, so let's do it. Let's see what's going on. Okay, feeling I got for you guys is that there's a vibrancy comes to where it's not quite jumpy energy, but it's uplifting style energy. It's like you got some perk in your step or some pop in your walk kind of right now, and that's a good energy to carry through because people love it when you guys are fully in and being yourselves. In situations, I'm thinking like work and community now, it's people love to see that in you, and it can be really influential. Let's look at the bottom of the deck first. We've got 7 of Cups here. Okay, so it could be situations where it's like, a decision's coming, but you're not really ready to acknowledge it one way or the other at present time. There's as well a little bit of a warning coming with this card too, is that if some of you have been feeling really good, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this message is like, if you've been feeling really good and really too complacent, it's time to get out of your comfort bubble, okay? And I guess when I put it that way, it's not that harsh a message, but I feel that's not the easiest thing to do. That can be sometimes some of the toughest stuff you ever go through, right? And it's not like, well, it's not the end of the world, but at some point in that subconscious, it's just like can be this apprehension or this uncertainty with not knowing. But I see it's good because there's that pop in your walk. There's confidence behind it, so you're not worried too much. But it's one of those things where you've got to let it play out. You can get your work done, but you have to let things play out for this month. As tempting as it is to get in there, get all riled up, and get all that done. It's like some of this is like we just gotta take a step back and chill for a bit. Okay, it's a pretty quick energy and information or lack of information or non-transparency that could have occurred here. And it's like, when I say non-transparency, it's not like lying by omission, but that is what it is. But it's no one's doing it intentionally, other than like somebody that could have direct control over whatever decision. This is a career-based thing, I feel. These are general readings. It's for you and your other, or you, or where you're focused on. So for those of you, when we want to look at this relationship, it might be time to have conversations with that person in the relationship to try. It's a card of negotiation, as well as being able to glean information when it maybe is not appropriate, or you cannot ask the question directly, because we do live in a weird time. A lot of that stuff comes up with communication, and the high priestess is always like, we've had this ability to rise above it and make what's best for us and do what's best for us if the situation ever becomes too much of a challenge or too threatening at any time. Okay, good, interesting message. Wow, we got the 1 and the 2 card up here now. We got the Magician going on here. So the Magician typically carries resourceful energy, but it also is that illusionist, manipulation. That, yeah, because it's not outright. The Magician doesn't have that negative connotation like that heavy. It's really like influential, like overly influential. So that might be something that you're dealing with here. Somebody that is overly influential and not quite being that transparent. Okay. And Leo, how you or because these are general readings, it could be you, right? It could be you, and it's like maybe it's something you want to get off your conscience, or maybe it's something where it's like that complacency is set in for too long, and it's like you need to move through to a new challenge so that you can grow. All right, we got 6 of Pentacles up here. Fairness in all things. This card is not much unlike the Justice card when we see the scales and the balance out. This is a card of fairness, and this is a card of balance as well. Because that's what it is. It's the very focal point of the card is that balance. How is it tipping? Which way is it swaying? And what does it mean if it goes one way or the other? So for those of you that are still kind of feeling some confusion around that, it's almost better to put yourself in a headspace where it's like you choose not to acknowledge it for a set amount of time so that you can have a better view of it. It helps you avoid making rash decisions which would not be favorable for you this month, or at any time, right? It's all like it's more about this evaluation, bean counting, right? Pay your taxes, right? Blah, it's March, so what we're gonna do? We got the Page of Pentacle up. And speaking there, some of you could be taking stock, and this could be a message of find out what the future would feel like based on the path or the fork in the road that you may be facing at this time. It's like you've got to feel it out, and you almost for yourself, you want to get a sense of time about it. You want to know, like, we look 5-10 years down the road. It's like if each day is a gift, we've got a lot of time to work out the ifs, who's, whys, wins, and whats of the whole situation. As long as we are enjoying and appreciating the day, and even like just do a little bit of something each day, like that old meditation. Well, it's not old, actually, it probably is quite old. Where it's like they do the one thing for 1 minute of every day, and that one thing that you do for that 1 minute each and every day without missing a day would be something that would become second nature to you at some point in time. And it's like it's got that kind of energy to it, where it's like you could be like disciplining yourself, and for somebody this could mean that you're learning a new language, and yeah, or learning about a new energy even. So somebody here in their ascension process going on in Leo. All right, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this reading has career written all over it. It's kind of like the overarching, or when you look at reading for those that tune in, and all readings coming out at every point in space. The Ace of Pentacles is there to let me know that this was mostly this is career and finance based reading. The whole thing, choices surrounding that. So that is a big energy for you. And if it's something that you haven't been thinking about, maybe this whole complacency feeling that I had with some of these cards, it could be due to the fact that you want to make sure you are prepared, in situations where you think they may be certain, but there is always that little bit of risk. It's like you don't want to create that, but you also want to have, like, it's a contingency plan type card, right? But the Ace of Pentacles is really good news in that this is a new undertaking. This is a time that you can really set up yourself for building that which you will require later, and it's a legacy card. I guess that's the word for it, is a legacy card, because as money comes and goes out of your life, it's like you're building the experience, and you're creating the memories. It's like it's also a reminder that we never take any of us with us when we go. So let's make sure we are finding happiness throughout any trying times, or any situations of like career or relationship uncertainty. And remember, the bottom dollar is that you are the one that matters. Like, you are the ace, you are the one, right? It comes back, and don't worry, it's not a selfish energy. It's an energy of renewal, right? Okay, before I get too long-winded, thanks for joining me once again. We'll see you next time.